So I'm on my way up to Charlotte. I'm not far, maybe under an hour or something. But I wanted to stop here at the Landsford Canal just to check it out for myself. These are old canal locks. There's a plaque here that says during the 19th century, this lock was used to safely lower boats into the canal when higher river levels threatened to damage the banks and structures. During periods of normal water levels, the gates were often left open. The river is right there, and this was the entrance, and this would control the level before they got into the canal. Also, I wanted to show you the dam, so you could see pretty much right down through the middle here. That was a dam, a rock wall. The water would come in, it would force it down into the canal. And the other side of that footbridge is where I just showed you. And there's an illustration here. The Landsford Canal actually opened in 1823, allowing for efficient transport between settlements along the Catawba River. As roads were often muddy and difficult to travel in this region, traveling by river was preferred and remained so until railways expanded their reach inland. Ooh, something's dead in here. I could smell it. Oof. Boy, if you didn't know better, you would never know, at least I would never know, that this was a canal. It is, I mean, it's been a long time. It's a little confusing. They have a map here that they supply, but it's, you know, it's not really a specific map. It doesn't really explain to you exactly where things are. So this is the first of 4 bridges that cross the canal on its 2-mile path beside the river. It was the only one supported on specially constructed masonry supports, and they still exist today, so it's interesting to be able to see them. Cut stone abutments on each bank supported the simple wood truss structure. This was the first of 4 bridges that crossed the canal on its 2-mile path beside the river. Yeah, this is significant here. It's a little hard to see, or at least a little hard to see the other side, but there you go. The original supports. Definitely another one of those history lovers only videos. People who really enjoy this kind of stuff, which, you know, I definitely enjoy. A nice walk like this and checking out all this awesome history. Great, finally there's a UR here. Okay, so this is, he was telling me this is remnants of an old house. There's another, I believe that's another culvert. No, that's the mill complex. And then the locks are all the way down there, so I probably have another 3/4 of a mile, maybe half a mile, something like that. And the river the whole time is right here. You can always hear it. And what's nice is it's so hot today that being down here, being in the shade and near the water, it feels a lot cooler. That's a great place for a photo, right on that tree. You know, just to think that people in the 1800s walking along the canal, they would also come down and admire this and stand on the same rocks and everything. Kind of interesting. Wait till you see the view of the river. That is gorgeous. Wow. How neat is that? If I lived around here, I would love to take a kayak and just kind of kayak around all those little islands. You know, if you were a kid, just climb on all those islands, swimming in here. There's a plaque here that says Landsford Canal State Park hugs the last free-flowing stretch of the Catawba River and includes the largest known stand of rocky shoal spider lilies. Oh, those are spider lilies. I see. That's what I'm seeing out there. I don't know who worded this. As shoals such as this found along the Catawba have vanished, primarily because of the damming of rivers, the rocky shoal spider lily likewise has become rare and endangered. Yeah, there's still quite a bit out here, at least in this area. But because of damming and, you know, in the name of progress, unfortunately, it's not around as much. I broke my rule again. Filming with my phone in the woods, the footage always comes out terrible. Somewhere along in this area are remains of the foundation of a house of a man that used to live here. He used to own all this. William Richardson Davy. I can't find the foundation at all. I did find this guy right here though. Remember those when you were a kid? The little woolly worms or whatever you want to call them. And get him out of the trail. Not that there's much of a trail here, but I used to love those. And remember those orange lizards? We called them newts. I don't know if everybody calls them that, but I used to love newts. I'm like a beagle. I just follow trails. All right, so this is a better trail. It is this upper section of the canal that has best survived periodic flooding intact. The canal bed is not always straight, but curves in several places to follow the contour of the natural hill. By cutting into the hill along a constant level and transferring the earth to the outer bank, a minimum of excavation and earth moving was necessary. Excavations were carried out by hand or with mules and drag lines. Each bank was given a core of clay which was resistant to leaking. Archaeologists have found this clay layer still intact in this location. So the canal basically kind of swings around here and goes right along the side of that hill to make it much easier. They're only digging, they're digging less of it out to make it. That makes sense. But that's fascinating that the clay is still intact. I wonder how thick that is. Yeah, so you can imagine how much different this would have looked. Clear cut completely, absolutely no foliage at all, at least when they were building it. And obviously there wouldn't be huge trees like that. All right, here we go, more remnants of what I don't know yet. Oh, this is the old mill. Wow. Look at that stonework. That is beautiful. Pretty straight. And these big rocks up here. Wow, look how thick that thing is. So let me read about this. Near its midpoint, the canal passes a mill owned by the family of William Richardson Davy. Okay, well that's the name from before. The mill was completed in 1810. The mill ground grain and sawed lumber using water power. Look how straight, completely straight that is. Took a lot of pride in their work here. But these rocks obviously were used, this has all been washed out. I would say that, years of the water blasting through here at storms, erosion, human effort. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stone walls. Look at this. I was gonna say, it'd be hard to believe that it was only that left. No, there's a decent amount. 200 years. Technically 214 years. Wow. Look, this looks like maybe the floor was resting on top of this. Still see the mortar in there. Although I suspect that probably the mortar is not that old. I don't know when this became a state park, but probably they went in here just to, you know, not do any restoration, but basically what they call arrested decay. They don't want to get any worse, or it will do so very, very slowly. So they're trying to hold it all together. This mill sawed lumber and ground grain by use of water power. A waste weir at the entrance to the complex regulated the level of water in the canal. The weir, a stone wall with spillway at the highest safe water level, kept excess water in the complex from damaging the mill area. Under the weir can still be seen the outflow arch of a culvert. This here is this right there. So this is actually in the canal. Oh yeah, wow, you can really see it now. I hadn't walked up here. Yeah, those are easily 10 feet. Okay, so let's go back to this map. So then this wall here runs along, which was here. So yeah, so that wall where I showed you back there, that is where this mill was on. So then this is the corner to that. There was a wall that came around. So that culvert thing that I saw, that's this. That's the weir. So that would allow the water in and out. So wow, okay. Boy, this has changed dramatically. But yeah, that's really neat. Look at this. Wow. So I guess that's what they were saying. The other arch, the one that's on that map, has been completely washed away, and it's long gone from just. There's obviously, I mean, evidence of big flooding waters that flow through here at times, but yeah, this is gone. So that makes sense. Okay. Wow. So let's take a look at this. Huh. That is awesome. A lot of people go up here, I guess. I don't think there's really much up here. Might just look cool from a photo perspective. Yeah, kind of cool. I think it looks cooler down below. So I'm gonna actually turn back, hike back to the car. It's probably about a mile or something like that, and then go drive. There's a second entrance drive to the other side of the state park, which is basically the end of the canal, to see the other locks, because I'll run out of light and I'll run out of time. It's like 6:30 and it closes at 8 or 8:30 here. So I'll be I feel rushed, but I'm glad I did that, because I walked back a different way and I passed this, the remnants of this culvert. Look at this. At several points along its path, the canal crossed natural streams flowing toward the river. To avoid damage to the fragile canal bed, the streams were channeled under the canal through culverts. This arch culvert consisted of a wing wall on the outside of both canal banks, an arched stone channel that passed under the canal bed through which the stream flowed. Portions of both the entrance and exit arch and wall still remain. Alright, this is the back entrance, or the, I don't know, the second entrance, whatever you want to call it. So this will be a lot closer to those locks. So to recap, I hiked back about a mile, got into my car, and then drove 2 miles to the end of this canal. So now my car's right here, which is nice, and I'm at this spot here. Look at this. This is in beautiful shape. That is awesome. Look at this. So this was a way to get over the canal. Wow. This is no joke. And they're beautifully cut stones. That's probably at least 12, 13 feet high, and then the top of that bridge is probably 20 something feet. So for those that don't know, I'm assuming what would happen is the water, or the boats would come in here. This would be level, same level water that they're floating in. They would come in here. The lock was actually right here. And then this water over here was lower to equal out that part of the canal. And so they would lock the boat in here, the lock there and a lock here, and then they would drain the water down, lower down, lower down, lower down, and then it would be equal with this water here. Open this up, and the boat would continue on. That's my rudimentary description. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. Alright, so I'm guessing that this was the original level of the roadway or the walkway. And then this one over, and you can get to the other side. This is also how you can get down to the very bottom of the canal. You gotta go this way. I wanted to check out, there's a bunch of, the drains, everything's down there. So, well, I want to see the drains down there. Look at this thing. Looks like a train tunnel from down here. Huh. That is awesome. Wow, that is so cool. Muddy. Wanted to show you the drains. Pretty ingenious design. Yeah, so look. The water would be drained out, and it would lower it down, and then be brought into here. I don't know what this was for. It's cutouts on either side. I guess it's probably to support these huge the gates that would close. What do they call them? Miters? I've definitely seen old locks before, but I've never seen them like this, where you can Just literally walk around in them, and these are quite large. By the way, I wonder if this was, yeah, this was one of those drains. So the water would drain out of here and flow right back into the canal. Yeah, so those drains that I was talking about. Well, you know what, they probably can't, yeah, it probably goes in and flows under there, and that's why that one spit out on the other side of that bridge. And then this one probably did the same, although I didn't see it there, but it may have been covered over or something. That's what I'm guessing. I thought I looked and I didn't see one. May have been, I don't know, maybe it's here and it's been covered over. I don't know why they wouldn't clear that out though. It would have been right there going by the same design as over there. So I don't know, not really sure. This kind of reminds me of like a road in like Pompeii or something, the way this is done. Amazing history. I love this kind of stuff. It's, you know, a lot more positive than true crime, that's for sure. Although I love doing that too. This was great. I saw this on the map. I said, oh, let me check and see while I'm on my way up to Charlotte. So, all right, I'm getting out of here. I gotta go cool down, take a shower. See you in the next video. Quick side note, I'm the only one here in this parking lot. And yes, there is a random kayak in the middle of the parking lot, just sitting there. Strange.